Bronco with Bronco's Gaming World. We're back this morning with round 2 of our Arkham Horror campaign. I'm going to run Extracurricular Activity today. We had done the House Always Wins last time. I need to generate some of the cards for this one really quick so that I have everything I need to get the ball going here. Alright, I need to go generate. I need Dr. Morgan, so let's go and generate him real quick. There he is. We got him. I only ended up with 1 experience from the last go, so I'm not going to really do anything super special here as far as that one's concerned. I'm just going to kind of let that go and just kind of hoard my experience for the next time and see what happens in this mission here. Alright, it says, Dr. Armitage is worried his colleague, Professor Warren Rice, might be in trouble, so he's asked for you to help in finding his friend. He seems unreasonably nervous about his colleague's disappearance, considering Professor Rice has only been missing for a matter of hours. So you have to gather all the cards from this set. I have that already, so we're all set here for that. Let me finish reading the intro here. It says, depending on the circumstances, a different version of faculty office should be in this scenario. I will be using the hour is late because we had already done the House Always Wins. Set those cards off to the side. We've done that. Put Miskatonic Quad, Orn Library, Humanities Building, Student Union, Science Building, and Admin Building locations into play. Each investigator blends play in the Miskatonic Quad. Shuffle the remaining encounter cards and build the encounter deck. Alright, so I'm going to shuffle the encounter deck for us here. Go. 2, 3. Done this mission a couple times in the past, and it's always turned out really, really shitty. So hopefully this one won't be so bad. All right, let's build. I'm going to build our... Oop, I got to go. I've got to upload a chaos bag because I don't have one. So let me go grab that really quick. Dunwich Legacy Chaos. There we go. There's one. All right, so I'm going to build our play area. So the Miskatonic Quad. It gives you a layout for what the best way to put this together is. So I'm going to just do it that way. All right, so Miskatonic Quad goes in the middle. Put him up here. Humanities Building goes down here. Put that over there. Orn Library goes up above it. That way we'll put him higher. Student Union, go down here. And literally the quad, I think, connects to virtually every location here. Admin Building. And the Science Building up this way. All right, and then I'll put together our path markers. One of the nice things on Octagon, they give you the path markers and everything, which is kind of a nice little trick. That to the back. Makes it a lot easier to play a game like Arkham because you can see all the paths and everything that links together. It literally connects to everything, I think. Yeah. Quad. Bang. Back. Oops. Path marker. All right, and even like the diagonal ones, you can, I believe, all you do is do the flip card, and it kind of makes a diagonal path like that. It's not the prettiest thing, but it does the job. With those, when you do on Octagon, when you do the refresh, it's going to turn them, so you just lock them so that you don't have to worry about it. Path here. A bit like that. Perfect. Path. I don't think a lot of the other locations connect to other areas, but we'll see. Special. I was weird that it did that. All right, like that. And I'll lock that. Yeah. I think these two are connected, right? One library connects to the square location, which is the humanities building. So we'll throw a path marker there, and I think we're ready to rock and roll at that point. I think it's all set up and ready to go, ready to kick my ass today. We'll see how it goes. That. All right, so let's read some flavor text. It says, Quiet Halls, you've arrived at Miskatonic University campus in search of Professor Warren Rice. Classes are over, and a mysterious silence hangs in the air over the quad. Professor Rice was last seen several hours ago by one of Armitage's students in the Humanities building. So it's kind of trying to tell me I should go to the Humanities building, which is right here. So we're going to take a look at my opening hand and see whether I want to do anything with that. All right, so my opening hand has Jenny's twin 45s in it, which is fantastic for me. Prepared for the worst. So I'm looking for a couple of cards like none of these except for Jenny's twin 45s. So I'm going to mulligan part of this hand. Oh, I need to shuffle him into the deck really quick before I do that. Shuffle. Now, I know there's a quest mechanic here that can totally screw job me if there's too many cards, or if I have too many cards in my discard pile. So I need to, or no, if I have fewer cards in my deck. So, yeah, I think there is a card that can actually just outright kill me if I have no cards in my deck. So I need to make sure that I'm careful with how many cards I draw this game. All right, so we'll mulligan here. All right, I don't need prepared for the worst since I have my guns. Man, the other three cards are really good. They're skills, but they're really good. I will just get rid of prepared for the worst and hope that we get. Well, Lone Wolf's fine. It'll do. All right, so we enter at the Miskatonic Quad. We start the game in the investigation phase, so it's our turn. I have 5 resources, and I have my opening hand. All right. I mean, I think the right out of the box, I'm going to kind of slow play a little bit because we do have seven Doom tokens to get through on the Quiet Halls. So I'm going to slow play a little here, and I'm literally going to... I think I'm going to play Lone Wolf. Put Lone Wolf into action. This way I'll put Lone Wolf into play. Makes sure that I can generate resources on my own. And so that's one of my 3 actions. 2, to move to the Humanities building. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, I need to read the Miskatonic Quad. It says, a too early winter has stripped the trees bare. Their dead branches whistle as a sharp cold wind cuts across the empty quad. And the Miskatonic Quad says, surrounded by fences and gates of wrought iron, you can't help but feel as much a prisoner here as a guest. It has a resign action. Says, we can't find Rice anywhere. You leave the campus hoping Armitage will forgive you. So I could just, straight up right now, I could just say, fuck it, I'm done, and leave, but I'm not going to do that. So, all right, so first action was to play Lone Wolf. My second action will be to move to the Humanities building. This Professor Rice was last seen in the Humanities building teaching one of his Latin classes. The murky windows of the weather-worn structure emit no light, and the night is silent around you. Ooh, creepy. All right, and we have arrived at the Humanities building, so we will flip that. The power is out, plunging the building's halls into a heavy darkness. There is no sign of Professor Rice. Cool, so he's not here. It says at the end of my turn, if I am in the Humanities building, discard the top X cards of my deck where X is the amount of horror on me. All right, so as long as we don't get any horror, we'll be just fine. Okay, so my first action was to play Lone Wolf. Second action was to move to the Humanities building. My third action will be to investigate the Humanities building with a shroud of 3. My knowledge is 3. So do I want... And I've got... I think with only one action left, I think I'm just gonna hold my breath and hope that my even up will get it for me. So 1, 2, 3. Chaos Bag says, "Go fuck yourself." That's a loss. All right, so no, I don't find anything. So that's the end of my investigator's turn. We move that to the investigator's phase. Nothing there to the enemy's phase. There are no enemies. So we move to the upkeep. Upkeep says ready and refresh. Hard Knocks, fantastic draw for me. Happy about that. 1 Doom on Quiet Halls. And the Mythos phase is next in the hopper. And the Mythos phase gives me a Whippoorwill. It is vowed that the birds of the birds are psychopomps lying in wait for the souls of the dying. The Whippoorwill is an aloof hunter, which is funny. Each investigator is -1 to everything while I'm at his location. I am probably going to just fight this asshole and kill him. But he's aloof, so I do have to deal with him at some point, or he's just going to totally screw job me at this location. All right, so that's the end of the Mythos phase. Goes back to the investigation phase. I get an extra resource from Lone Wolf because I am the only investigator. Okay. So my first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pay 2. 1, 2 to play Hard Knocks. So that card is going to really help me long term here. And then I'm going to spend my other 5 resources on my Twin 45s. We're going to zero that out. Bye-bye. And put my guns. Guns. Hey, Hog, what's going on this morning? How are you? God. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we got our guns out. We got our 2-handed guns. We're ready to actually fight some bitches. So that was 1, 2 actions. And I'm even up with the Whippoorwill. I got my Hard Knocks. I don't have any resources. He engages me, does horror damage. I don't really want to do that. Okay. F it. I'm just going to investigate. All right, so I'm going to investigate. Draw out a 3 versus my 2. I'm going to discard Perception to give me a 4. It gives me a 4 total. Investigate. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we're good. All right, so Perception allows me to draw a card if I pass the test. So I did. So I will draw a card. Boom. Not 2 cards. Put that back. Didn't mean to do that. All right. So we gain 1 of the clues there, and that is my 3rd action. 1, 2, investigate 3. Whippoorwill's just hanging out. He's not doing nothing. So that is the enemy phase. Whippoorwill is aloof, so he doesn't actually attack me. He doesn't do anything. Upkeep. Ready and go. All right, so we're off to the Mythos phase where they're going to try to do some awful things to me. Okay, so we did draw Dr. Francis Morgan. I get +1 to fight if I have him. After I defeat an enemy, exhaust Dr. Francis Morgan and draw a card. Ooh, it's tough for me to want to play him when I know I've got the other dude in there that gives me an extra action. I guess we'll just have to kind of see. I may just replace him if I need him. All right, so Mythos phase. Here's the encounter card from the Mythos phase. Oh shit! Spawn at the location with the most clues, and he has retaliate. So if I attack him and don't and fail my test, he'll hit me back. And he's a 2/2/2. So he's nothing special, but he is a creepy ass monster. Location with the most clues. Well, there's only one location with clues, which is the one I am on, which means that he will spawn and engage me right away. So, cool. Now I gotta fight. The good part is well, with the effing Whippoorwill on me, I'm kind of stuck here. All right, so that'll be the end of the Mythos phase. It's my turn. I will generate a resource from being the lone wolf. I don't really want to use my guns on these guys. All right. Or even up. I can use resources to boost me if I need them. The Whippoorwill just stays there. I'd love to get that one more clue from the Humanities building, but I can't do anything until I deal with the Thrall, so I'm just going to fight him. All right, so my first action is going to be to fight him. I am not going to discard any cards for it. We're even up. With it being a fast ability on Hard Knocks, I can throw resources at Hard Knocks to boost my fighting if I need it. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. -1, so I have to burn a resource to give me to even up, which is enough to be successful. That'll do a damage to him. 1. I'm going to do it again. I'll fight him a second time. So -1 again, so I have to do it again. And that'll do 2 damage, and that'll get rid of the Thrall. See ya, ass. Get out of here. All right, so 2 actions, and my third action, you know what? I'm going to bail. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to go to... Yeah, before I gain any horror, I don't want to start flipping cards. I'm going to go to the Orn Library. All right, Orn Library says, 3 floors of weathered gray granite. The library looks more like a reliquary than a place of learning. A stone gargoyle snarled down from above the arched windows, and Latin script winds around the double doors at the top of the wide set stone steps. Flip this. Let's see what we got. I have 1 clue here. I must spend an additional action to investigate the Orn Library. That freaking sucks. Okay. Let's see here. All right, that's a 1-2 to fight the Thrall, 3 to move there. So that's the end of my turn. Enemy phase. The enemy phase is done because the Whippoorwill is still aloof, so he just hangs out. That is the end of the turn. And go. All right. Got 3 here. Eager for death. Revelation. I have to do a willpower 2. Increase this skill test difficulty by 1 for each damage on me. If I fail, I take 2 horror. I do not have any damage on me, so it is a willpower 2. My willpower is 3. I don't think I'm going to do anything additional to help that. We're just going to deal with it. 1, 2, 3, go. -2, so we lost. Shit. All right, so what do I do? If I fail, I take 2 horror, so I take 2 horror. Sucks, but it is what it is. All right. Start that. That is the investigator's phase. Lone Wolf gives me a free resource. All right. So I'd have to spend 2 actions to try to get this clue here. I really do need to get at least 2 more clues. I got 2 unexpected courages. All right. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to leave. All right, so first action 1, back to the quad. Second action 2, I'll go to the student union. Even at this late hour, you can hear the muffled chatter from inside the student union. Perhaps one of the students will know where Professor Rice is. Flip it. Forced. After the student union is real, put the set-aside dormitories into play. I can spend 2 action to heal a damage and a horror, so it's cool. I'm with a bunch of people, so I can heal myself. All right, so let's go find the dormitories. drag the dormitories out. There it is. And I'll just connect it down here. Sorry if it's over there. Path marker. Pocket. All right. All right, I am in the student union here. All right, student union is only one shroud with 2 clues there. That's fantastic. And I went 1, 2, so I can't investigate here. I will investigate in the student union. 1, 2, 3, go. Did it do it? It did. 0. We got it. Got a second clue. That's going to be the end of the round. So for me, enemy's phase, again, still Whippoorwill's aloof, so we don't care about him. We are on to the end of the round. It moves fast, especially when you're playing to solo. It moves pretty quickly. So we're off to the Mythos phase. There's 4 on the Quiet Halls, so we do need to pick up the pace a little. I should be able to get my 3rd clue here in the Student Union next go through, unless something really crazy happens here. Encounter deck says 3, 2, 1. Offer of power. I must either choose to draw 2 cards and place 2 doom on the current agenda, or take 2 horror. Fuck. I do not want to take 2 more horror. I'll take 2 horror. I don't want to, but I don't want to put any more doom on the... Putting doom on the agenda is always a bad idea, so I'm not going to do that. I'll take 2 horror. Discard that. That back to my phase. Yeah, I mean, all right. The good part is I can heal a horror here at the Student Union. So that helps. All right, so let's go back to my hand here. I didn't look at my hand. I got another hard knock, so that's a discarded. All right, we will do an investigate here at the Student Union to try to grab that second clue. I'm up by 2 there. That's got to be enough. 1, 2, 3. Elder sign, perfect. All right, so I will cash my 3 clues in here to advance the agenda. Flip that. You're unable to find Professor Rice, but one of the students you spoke to mentioned a strange man entering Rice's office. Unfortunately, the door leading to the faculty offices is locked at this late hour. The student says that the head janitor, Jazz, might be able to let you in if you can find him. It says shuffle the encounter card discard pile and the set aside Jazz Mulligan into the encounter deck. No problem. We'll go do that now. All right, so this goes into the encounter deck. Yep. And Jazz goes into the... He's right there. Into the deck. And we shuffle that. Okay. Now we advance to the next act. Feel the next act. It says, concern for Professor Rife's safety, you seek out the head janitor who can let you into the locked section of the campus. You can spend 1 clue to discard the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, top 10 if there's only 1 player, so I would do the top 10. Forced, if you discard Jazz Mulligan for any reason, resolve his revelation effect. When I take control of Jazz Mulligan, I can advance past state Act 2. Okay. So that was 1 action on my turn there. My second action, I am going to... second and third, I would need to do it to heal horror. You know what? Screw it. I'm not going to bother. Let's go. We'll go into the dormitories. My second action is to go into the dormitories. The red brick form on the west dormitory can be seen through the trees. The door leading into the dormitories is locked. You cannot move into the dormitories. That sucks, because that's a wasted action on my part. Shit. Alright, so 2. I guess that's because I didn't actually look at it. You know what? That's crap. I'm not going to do that. I'm rewinding that. Cover your ears. All right, so I can't go in there. So one action, investigate. Second action. Second action, I'm going to put Dr. Morgan out. 1, 2, 3. We'll put Dr. Morgan into play. He's out. Dr. Morgan's a badass. He wants to fight. My third action, I didn't give myself my free resource. Okay, second action. Third action is going to be I'll move back to the quad. Third action is back to the quad. All right. So, enemy phase. Whippoorwill doesn't give a shit. Ready. Go. All right. So now we're getting close. Excellent draw. Arcane Studies. Mythos phase gives us some Ancient Evils. Place 1 Doom on the current agenda. That sucks. Gets it. Next turn, we're going to deal with that. All right, that's back to my turn. There's nothing here. We go to the science building. We already know the admin building is we already know the admin building is locked. Science building, I guess. Let's go to the science building. So 1. I'm going to get my free resource this time. I didn't do that. 1. 2, to put Arcane Studies into play. Let's push that down and put that right next to it. All right, so now I've got my kit up. My kit's up and ready to go. So I can use my pile of resources to boost all 4 of my stats. And I've got my guns out. I feel pretty good about how that's going to go, which of course inevitably means it's going to go to shit. All right, science building. The science building dominates the eastern side of the campus. Its windows are dark, save for a lone window shining faintly in the corner of the basement. That doesn't sound. A trail of viscous ooze snakes through the halls of the science building's first floor, leading down into the basement. That is disconcerting. After the science building is revealed, put the set-aside alchemy labs into play. If I fail a willpower test in the science lab, I take a damage. Crap. Okay, so let's we're gonna go put the lab into play. Alchemy lab into play. Pathmore. Okay. There's one clue here. Shroud of 2, so we're up by 1. And I've got the resources to do. So our last action will be to investigate here. Actually, I went from the quad 1. So my second action will be to investigate here. So 1, 2, 3, go. -2. So I will have to spend a resource to boost my knowledge by 1 to get the 1 clue. And I will use my last action, or my last action. I'll spend it to try to find our janitor friend. Here we go. 1, nope. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, none of them. And I still discard those, right? discard the top cards. So off they go into the dead pile. Ugh. All right, and that's all of my actions. Enemy phase. Still nothing for now. Upkeep. All right, ready, refresh. Ready for the next round. All right, so that's going to finish the Quiet Halls. I am going to take a quick break for a second. I will be right back. I appreciate you being patient with me. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, so we're at the Mythos phase. So Quiet Halls has finished. So we will flip that to see what awful thing comes from that. This university is dead silent. Shadows coil about your feet as you walk, and you swear there's something following you with each step you take. Is it just your imagination, or is there really someone or something stalking you? It says each investigator with 5 or more cards in his or her discard pile takes 1 horror. I think I'm probably pretty close to that. Actually, I'm not. I have 1 in my discard pile. Son of a bitch. I'll have to deal with that here in just a second. So I don't take anything. So far, so good. If I've completed the House Always Wins, advance directly to Agenda 2B. So we're going to go directly to 2B. I will do that now, and then I will resolve that awful card that's sitting in my hand that I have to put out. Professor Rice's disappearance isn't the only thing amiss at the university. You're unsure exactly what's going on, but you're starting to believe Armitage was right in asking for your help. So each investigator's maximum hand size is reduced to 3. Oh, no. I go directly to 2B. So let me flip that. We do not care about that part. A cry of fear echoes through the campus. Several students flee from the eastern side of the university where the science building can be found. Could this commotion be linked to Professor Rice's disappearance? If the dormitory location is not in play, put it into play. It is. If the experiment is in play, move it one location towards the dormitories. That doesn't sound good. If the experiment is not in play, spawn it in the science building. Cool, that's where I am. Okay, and then that will move directly to... So let's go do these guys real quick. Look at all cards. Oh, hi, what's up, man? Anything else here? Dormitories is in play. Is not play. Alright. So he's in the science building. Hi, buddy. And now we will move the beast. Oh, crap. Okay. The beast unleashed. Some kind of wild creature is on the loose. Whatever it is, it appears to be headed towards the university dormitories. Oh, shit. When this agenda would advance by reaching its doom threshold, instead remove the doom all the doom in play and move the experiment one location towards the dormitories. Well, objective: if the experiment enters the dormitories, we advance. Oh shit. Okay, so we we literally like wheel into the freaking science building, and this giant ass monster comes flying out at us. All right, so that's the myth. We haven't even done the mythos phase yet. We haven't done the encounter for the mythos phase yet. That's a bad thing. All right, so that's that. I now have to deal with this shit, which is searching for Izzy. Okay. So I have to put it at the location farthest from me, which is either here at the Humanities Building, or in Library, or the Admin Building. I'm not going to pick. I'm going to RNG that shit. Let's chat. Chat, where should I put it? Or in Library, Humanities Building, or the Admin Building? Be where I can't even get into the Admin Building without our friend, the janitor. What do we think? All right. So I'll RNG this. So 1, 2, 3. And RNG says 3, so it's the Admin Building. That's bad for us. All right, so searching for Izzy is going to go here. This does not connect, correct? I want to make sure it doesn't connect. It does not. So yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's all the same. Distance is the same. We're going to just do it right there. So if I don't complete this, I end up with a mental trauma, which will permanently lower my SAN to 6, which is bad. All right, mythos phase. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We get a whippoorwill. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. All right, so whippoorwill shows up here, which lowers all my stats by 1. So, which means I'm. Oh. Okay. I want to check a rule real quick. Sorry about that. He's massive, so I want to make sure that I understand what that means to me. Whether he would still move if does he still move with me, or how does interacting with him affect what I have to do every turn? Because he's massive, which typically means he's engaged with everybody at that location. I just want to make sure that that's all that really means. Massive area. All right. So if he's exhausted, he's not considered to be engaged with any investigators. Enemy with massive cannot be placed in an investigator's threat area, so he just hangs out up here. When an enemy with the massive keyword attacks during the enemy phase, resolve its full attack against each investigator. When an enemy with massive keywords makes an attack of opportunity, that attack only resolves against the investigator who provoked it. A massive enemy does not move with an engaged investigator who moves away from the massive enemy's location. That's a good thing. That's one of the things I was questioning. If an investigator fails a combat test against a massive enemy, no damage is dealt to the engaged investigators. Investigator fails a combat test against a massive enemy, dealt to the engaged investigator. Okay. Unless he's got retaliate, which he does not. Okay, so that answers my question. I just wanted to make sure. All right, so he's not technically, he's engaged with me, but he's just hanging out up there. So, and we have the whippoorwill up there. So I have to still evade him, but I can leave his area. I think the Alchemy Labs is probably going to be... It's locked. Cool. So I can't go down there either. Admin building. And the building doesn't say it's locked. I guess I can go try to go down there. All right, so that's the Mythos phase. That comes to my turn. I am engaged with the experiment. And he is a 2, so I'm a 2 as well. I'm going to try to evade him. Yeah, I'll try to evade him. I'll get my free resource real quick for being a lone wolf. I will try to evade the experiment for now. 1, 2, 3. I fail. Cool. I'll have to spend a second action to do that. I'll try it again. 1, 2, 3. -1. So I will burn a resource from Hard Knocks to increase my agility by 1. That will get me to evade him. That means he is exhausted. So we will exhaust him. And that's my second action. Third action will be to run to the quad. I'm going to run for the damn hills from that guy. Don't want to fight him. All right, so that's the end of my turn, unfortunately. The enemies don't move or anything. So that's the end of that round. He stands up. Draw a card. Prepared for the worst. One of the 2, so one more and he moves. And he moves, because we get the Ancient Evils, which puts another one here. Got that one, another Doom token here. That sucks. So we will scrub the 2 Doom tokens and move the experiment. Ha. And that's the end of the Mythos phase. So back to my turn. I'm now engaged with the damn monster again. All right, damn it. I have 3 actions. I'm even up with him. I got my guns. It's freaking... I'm just going to fight him. I'm at least going to do some damage to him before I leave. All right, so my first action, I will fight. We're going to kick my 45s on. So it gives me a fighting of 5. He gives me a fighting of 6. So I'm a 6 versus a 4, so I'm up by 2, and I can boost with Hard Knocks if I need it. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So that's how it's going to be. All right. So fail. He doesn't retaliate, at least, as far as I can tell. When enemy phase begins ready, the experiment. Yeah. Okay. All right. So action 1 was a complete effing whiff. We'll try that again. I will burn a gun. Another round of bullets. We're at a 6 versus a 4. Skull. -1. If I fail, I discard the top 3. If we do not fail, I actually hit him and do 2 damage to him. So, 1, 2. I will use my... I can't. I'll just fight him. Fight him again. Let's go. Just pouring damage into him. Let's hope we can kill his ass. 3, 2, 1, go. Acolyte. -1. There are not 10 or more cards in my discard pile. I still only have 1 in my discard pile, shockingly. So we got it. So it does 2 damage to him again. And that's all my actions because I failed the first attack. So that is going to do that. So he is going to actually hit me. I'm not real happy about that because he does it 2 and 2. Oh, fuck. We're in trouble. Okay. So he's going to attack me. He's going to do 2 damage. And worse all, 2 horror to me. That's bad. It almost guarantees I have to leave him. I have to bail. And that's going to be the refresh or the upkeep phase. Because he hit me. Ready. Next. Mythos phase. Damn. Another whippoorwill. Goes here. This makes everything more difficult for me. Okay. Can do 4 more damage to him. Puts him at 8. He's got 10 because he gets plus 3 health per investigator, so he's got 10. Missing that first shot really hurt, man. Guess I could play a knife when the time came. Alright, I'm going to try to evade him at this point. So I'm even up on evading, but I can use resources. I get a free resource for being a lone wolf. 3, 2, 1, go. 0, we're good. So I'm going to run to the admin building. Alright, around the age administration building, creepers of ivy climb from the ground in an effort to claim it. The old hall stands alone in an isolated section of the campus, apart from the day-to-day bustle of students. And we flip it. Forced, after the admin building is revealed, put the set-aside faculty offices into play. At the end of your turn, if you're in the admin building, discard the top card of your deck. All right, so I put the admin offices into play, and I have to do the one that's the hour is late because I have already done the house always wins. So the hour is late. Put that here. And a path marker. There. And we'll set it to the back. All right. So there's a Shroud of 4 in here. I also need to search for Izzy. I got 2 turns. Unless something really crazy happens before the monster gets to the dorms. I don't think there's anything I can do about it because it'll kill me if I do anything else. I really could use some booze. Did I grab booze? No, because the booze will heal my horror damage. All right, so we're Shroud of 4. It was 1 action to move there. I have to discard top card of my deck if I'm in the admin building. That's fine. So Shroud of 4, investigating of 3. 3, 4, 5. And then if I need to discard resources, I will. 1, 2, 3. -1, so we're good. So get that. And I will use it right away to search the top 10 cards of the counter deck, looking for the janitor so I can maybe get into the faculty offices. All right, so 1, 2. There he is. So he goes here. Here. All right, so that was my second action. My third action can be to parlay with him. As it succeeded with that, it doesn't allow me to draw a card because that's a wild card. So that just goes into the discard pile. All right, I can parlay with him. $3. If I'm successful, I take control of him. He does not take up my ally spot because he does not have the ally icon here, like that one right there. I will parlay with him. 3 versus 3. I can boost if I need it. 3, 2, 1, minus 2. So I need to burn 2. 1, 2. And I take control of him. And now that I have taken control of him, I advance. We will flip that. You convince Jazz that something strange is going on and that Professor Royce might be in danger. He doesn't trust you enough to hand you the keys, but he agrees to come with you. All of a sudden, you hear a crash coming from the science building. A student rushes towards you. Help, he cries. There's some kind of animal loose in the chem labs. I only barely caught a glimpse of it, he shudders. I think it's heading to the dorms. You've got to do something. Oh, trust me, it is heading towards the dorms when I tried to do something, and it kind of kicked my ass a little. If the Alchemy Labs location is not in play, put it into play. If I'm on agenda 1 or 2, I spawn the set-aside experiment in the Alchemy Labs. We've done all that. If you have completed the House Always Wins, put the set-aside a chemical concoction into play underneath the Alchemy Labs. That sucks. I can't go get that right now. If the extracurricular activity is the first scenario, remove the set-aside from the game instead. All right, so I go put the a chemical concoction in the lab up here. Problem is I need our monster friend to move here if I can even have a shot to get to that. Tech uses intelligence or knowledge instead of fighting. Okay, so I could kill the experiment, but okay. I'm at a spot where I've got to make a choice, and I don't like that. I'm at a spot where I got to make a freaking choice. All right, so ignore the text on all unrevealed Miskatonic locations. Okay. And that's going to be the end of my turn, so I have to put the top card of my deck in there. It says unrevealed, right? While you control Jazz Mulligan, you ignore the text on each unrevealed Miskatonic location. Unrevealed. All right, so that's the end of the turn for me. Investigator's phase. That's the enemy phase. A pile of whippoorwills don't do shit. He doesn't do anything either. He just hangs out. But he's going to move here in just a second. That's going to be the end of the enemy phase. Upkeep. Bam. Flashlight. Man, me, help me, hunt me not. Worse, though, is at the top of this. He goes, ha! He's the monster. We scrub those. Mythos phase. The Wizard of Yog-Sothoth! Holy shit! He spawns in my room, so he's hanging out in the freaking admin building. When engaged, investigator draws a hex or pact card. The Wizard of Yog-Sothoth attacks the investigator. Holy shit! Well, that's a freaking curveball and a half. What the hell is he doing in there? All right. Shit. So he's going to be engaged with me because there's nothing I can do. And he's a hunter, so he's going to run. If I try to run from him, he's just going to follow me. Okay. That's this freaking game, man. All right, at the top of my turn, I gain a resource. How many hit points does he have? 3. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right, wizard. I got to fight you, so pull out my guns. Puts me up by 2 because I'm a 3 plus 3. So I'm a 6 versus your 4. I feel good about that, and I can spend a resource if I need it. 1, 2, 3, -1. So we hit him. Do 2. I'm going to fight him again. Second action. That's the end of my guns. Into the pile you go. 1, 2, 3. And we draw. Make sure I did that. -1. So, yep. That'll kill the Wizard of Yog-Sothoth. Get some experience for him, at least. Bye-bye. My second action. Two. There. 1, 2. I don't even know what I have to do to find it. All right, 1. If I move there, next turn, 1, 2, 3, and he's in the dorm the next turn. I cannot save whatever's going to happen to the dormitories. There's nothing I can do about that. My third action is going to be to go to the faculty offices. You come to a locked door at the top of the stairs leading to the third floor of the admin building. Through its frosted window, you believe you glimpse a shadow darting across the hall, or maybe it's just your imagination. There's no sign of Professor Ryford in his office. You call his name, and it echoes fruitlessly through the halls. So he is not in here. He is not here. Okay. He is not here. Say, push to front. That's my third action. Monster for enemy phase. Nothing going on. I thought I could take out the monster, but it just didn't work out. I got hurt too bad too fast. That was as a mistake on my part to try to fight him. So that is the end of the round because the monsters aren't doing anything right this second. Okay. Mythos phase. Counter card. Get a fucking thrall on me. Cool. We'll put him here. My turn. Leo. Gives me an extra action. But I gotta kill this guy first. One and one. I have to kill him. I have to use 2 actions to kill his ass. That is fucking terrible. Oh. Oh, drawing an enemy is so bad. Alright, I'm gonna evade him. Alright, so I'm gonna try to evade him. I'm up by 1. Yeah, up by 1. And I can discard if I need to. +1 there. So we evade him, so he is exhausted. Back up here. So 1 action. Second action. I'll move here. He's not a hunter, so he just stays there. Oh, he spawned at the location with the most clues. Shit. There aren't any. Oh, yeah, he did. He's over here. So I didn't even do that. My bad. Rewind that. Sorry about that, folks. He is not exhausted. Ready him. He just shows up over there. All right, so my first action was to move there. My second action is going to be to investigate. And if I succeed, I will at least have searched for Izzy and I don't take the mental trauma because the worst part is I can't do anything to stop the experiment from getting to the doors. That's going to be bad. All right, so I'm going to investigate here. Then 2 actions to investigate. If I succeed, I can discard searching for Izzy. All right, so I'm down by 1. I've got plenty of resources to burn if I need to. 1, 2, 3, 0. So I've got to burn 1. All right, so that can get discarded. That's my third action. Move 1, investigate, 2, 3. That's all I can do. Enemy phase. He doesn't move or anything either. No hunters on the board. Ready to refresh. Next round. I have to discard a card. I will discard. Emergency. So I don't need any more resources. That will move him. If the experiment enters the dormitories advance, he does. Ha! He gets there. Those would go away. We'll flip that and read what awful thing happens to the dormitories. Before you're able to act, you hear screaming from the northern side of the campus. You begin to make your way towards the screaming, your vision darkening with each step. As soon as the creature enters sight, you feel the darkness overtake you. The force pulls you out of your consciousness. Everything goes black and you pass out. Each investigator immediately takes 3 horror, then proceeds to round 4. So that 3 horror, that does me in. So I am defeated by going crazy. I also go to result 4. So that is the end, guys. We have reached the end of this awful mission. That did not do. Well, I take 3 horror. I can put the horror on these guys. So 1, 2, 3. So I don't actually take any. Those guys take it. I'm not defeated, but I still get result 4. Let's go read result 4, folks. Because that is the end of the mission. So we're done with that. But we do get result 4 on resolution 4. Next. Pull it up. Resolution 4 on extracurricular activity. That does not appear to be a good thing for us. All right, here we go. You awaken hours later, exhausted and uninjured. You're not sure what you saw, but the sight of it filled your mind with terror. From other survivors, you learn that a rabid dog of some sort found its way into the university dormitories. The creature attacked students inside, and many were mauled or killed in the attack. In your campaign log, record that the investigators were unconscious for several hours. Sorry about that. In your campaign log, record that Professor Warren Rice was kidnapped. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value for each card in the victory display. All right, I don't know if I got any. I don't think I got any victory points from any of the locations. No. I didn't get the experiment. The huge mistake I made was trying to fight the experiment. I wasted a whole turn trying to fight his ass, and that was stupid. I do have the Yog-Sothoth, the Wizard of Yog-Sothoth. I killed his ass, so I do get 1 victory point. That gives me another experience. All right, in your campaign log, record that the investigators failed to save the students, and you're hunted by guild. I add 1 of the tablet tokens to the cast bag for the remainder of the campaign. Cool. If the scenario's first scenario, advance to the house always wins. Otherwise, proceed to Interlude 1, which is Armitage's Fate. Okay, Interlude 1. Or we get Armitage, check campaign log. If the investigators were unconscious for several hours, read Armitage's Fate number 1. So we are on Armitage's Fate number 1. You are more than a little rattled by your experiences in the university and the Clover Club. You are not sure what to make of whoever or whatever was after Rice and Morgan. Worried about Dr. Armitage, you swiftly make your way back to his home. When you arrive, you find that the latches of his front door have been busted open, and his living area and study have been ransacked. Dr. Armitage is nowhere to be found. Searching his home, you find a journal in the a journal the intruders didn't steal, tucked beneath several other documents in the bottom drawer of Armitage's desk. The journal appears to be written in a strange language you cannot not decode, using a script you've never seen in your entire life. Fortunately, it seems Dr. Armitage has already gone through the trouble of translating it into English. Apparently, it belongs to Wilbur Watley. The journal, along with Armitage's many notes, tells a startling tale, one you scarcely believe had it not been for your harrowing experiences tonight. In our campaign log, record that Dr. Henry Armitage was kidnapped, so 2 of our guys were kidnapped. Each investigator earns 2 bonus experience, as reading Wilbur's journal gives them insight into the hidden world of the mythos. And our story will continue in Scenario 2, the Miskatonic Museum. All right, so we're going to head to the Miskatonic Museum. In our next adventure, the Miskatonic Museum will be our next mission that we'll run the next time we're playing Arkham Horror. That is going to do it for our stream today, folks. I appreciate chat for you guys being here for me. I will be uploading the VOD of this on my YouTube channel, Broncos Gaming World, over on YouTube. I will be streaming again next Tuesday with some more LCGs. Next Tuesday is the Lord of the Rings campaign. We are going to be going into the Barrow Downs. I know that quest is a pain in the ass with our Hobbit deck, and we'll see how that goes. Check out my YouTube channel, Broncos Gaming World, for all of my VODs and other things that I do. I also stream from time to time games like Overwatch or some RTS games over on my Twitch account. Check out my Twitter. I will interact back and forth with anybody who actually sends me any DMs on Twitter. That is Broncos Gaming World on Twitter. It is at Late to the Game 06. Sign up for the Facebook group, Broncos Gaming World, where I post all sorts of gaming news and information. Again, chat, thank you guys for watching. You guys have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.